Hey guys, me Misha. Everything I say is not financial advice, my personal opinion. Uh, let's check our Black Friday. Doesn't look like that much for now. Doesn't look like that. Proving again and again that market doesn't care what I expect it to do. It just does its own thing. So I think it's very useful, if not crucial, to let go of any expectations I can have about the market. Market can do whatever it wants. Doesn't need to be advised by me on what it should and should not do. And it doesn't need to meet my expectations at all. And RTS is one good example of it. Nothing looks like it's gonna go up. Boom. That's interesting. Now we are at 0.5. I mean, there are bigger histories starting from 20 bucks in 2008. However, yeah, so this whole thing was Intel. Yeah, it's gonna close in correction today. Gonna close in correction today. So I was right about this volume build up here. So now, oh, we broke it anyway, so it doesn't matter. I was checking out Coinbase's volumes yesterday. Are they the same for um, Coinbase US crypto? All what? Like Coinbase has more 700 contracts than Binance, at least in dollar, which makes sense. 700 contracts in USDT. Oh, yes. Yeah, USDT is way bigger. Anyways, I was hallucinating yesterday if I want to switch back to crypto because I miss real stops. The inability of working with real stops annoys me. No, no 0.5 because we are in correction. It's just a correction. Oh, interesting. Oh, wow. 28th, 26. Look at this mismatch. This is how it looks on daily, but that's not how it looks on. Doesn't matter. Magnet. It's there right now. Well, it's technically it's when it closes in a um, upthrust today. Yeah. So technically, I think we can play coincidence of the levels here. It's all good levels. Volume distribution on hourly though is not the best. We have this volume, which will only matter until it will close in a manipulation signal. It will form manipulation signal. This doesn't matter anymore. We're somewhat under this volume. We're in this, but from underneath. And it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter. That would need a test for sure. Or something on 0.5. Yeah. Yeah, volume wise. You don't see an exhausting volume. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't even in an entry. Hour look good. Day looks good. Everything looks good. Yep. We're at resistance, counter trend resistance on year. We got an exhaustion volume on month locally. Nothing too crazy. There's like a big accumulation here. But yeah. Mm, like volume distribution is not the best here because that was the uh, sign of strength level, the resisting bar level. So it's not the biggest though. So it's mm, we didn't reach 0.5. It's all right. The distribution of volume on this descent, though, is concerning. Yeah, this volume and then this volume. You know what I mean? Yeah. So this is concerning. Yeah, exactly. However, even with that, the volume is here and then here again. Until we have a closed uh, until we have a closed manipulation signal on hourly. This is the area of our concern. Volume and then volume again. Boom. It's at the level, and level is one and done. There is no level anymore. So yeah, it is at the level, but look at this powerful break. Look at this powerful break. Aggressive. Uh, Setup needed a test. And look at the volume distribution. And then, yeah. One would say that was a test. That was a test. Doesn't matter. Look at this break on hourly. Doesn't make any sense. Goes higher. Huh. You see? This needed a test. This needed a test. It's an interesting volume. It's an interesting volume. This looks like a break now. This thing looks like a break now. Anyhow, we are past transition extremum. We need a close manipulation signal on the whole shebang now. Yeah. Two trades I didn't take. uh, Two trades I didn't take. I'll leave this at that. It's like too tight. Only if you expect acceleration of the wave here. But I don't. Because why would it? Same continuation of the trend. Nice. Same. And once it's closing the break, it's going to be good and continuation of the trend on minutes. This is weird thing that's going on here. Maybe this wasn't the level. Maybe that was. And it's not good for hourly watch for sure. It's gonna break today. And that's exactly the point, I think. Well, technically, yeah. Last hour of the day, of the week. And here was our trade. And here comes the sun. Yeah. In Russian, we say it was a thin trade. Thin means that like the overweight of probability was barely visible. However, that was arguably a um, volume T1. Like this. And this was the part of the extremum. And then it was a volumed T2 upthrust. Yeah. Upthrust, weak test, and that was an entry. Yeah, that might have been a trade. On fast. And let's see our gainers and losers. What happened on IPG? I'm curious. Um, yeah, it's trippy because it goes beyond the T2 range, but doesn't matter. This volume is also trippy. It's not the biggest, but it's big. But still, they have the beginning of the way, the middle. Uh, it's in 0.5. Last hour, last hour, last hour. So all these three are neglectable in my world. It's also last hour. That's the problem. That's the problem. What is IPG? Wow. Why haven't to IPG? IPG stuck. Interpublic group of companies. Uh, I don't know. Whether I haven't happened, I don't know. It's interesting. Um, Now we have a bigger volume. So now model is broken. Anyways, we are due a big um, analysis today um, because it's the last day of the month, my friends. So that closes in correction. That's a correction now. And and yeah, will always love you. Uh, we are in correction right now, so let it correct then. It's a moderate day. Nothing moves much. Yeah, US dollar as we have it. Uh, Intel is up big time. It's also closes in correction today, I think. And this was arguably a break. Yeah, it's a green day. This change of direction never worked. I would even say, why am I looking? Yeah, I don't care about these levels and this 0.5. I'm only looking long at it for now. That's an interesting volume. That's an interesting volume. It's going to trend down. It's crazy. It's crazy. Boom. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Well, technically it continues to be continuation of the trend, but it's not my jam. It's a good green day. You see how much I love, how much I love shorting. How much I love to short. Good days, red day for me. Can't do anything about it. I love to short. Okay, one thing I want to watch is Ford. It went up out of here. I closed the entire position because on monthly we reached its potential here. So that was a better trade. Um, anyway, pretty easy and unstressful day, all red, we can see. Uh, all red, as we can see. That's our sign of strength. are supporting war, rather. I'm still coining the terms. Okay, I'm gonna go start my day. You guys trade responsibly on your own. No listen to anyone, no one knows anything. Um, Learn and grow in the communities of like-minded people. They're all going to be good in continuation of the trend. So,